The Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Big Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out of here before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get the bets in for the primetime game, because that's what we do here in the Drive-Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Big Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's meet the cappers. Then we'll get right to the picks, because we don't mess around here on the Drive-Thru. Let's say hello to Brian. Brian, what's going on?
Can't complain too much off a winning day yesterday. Number 2 in profit on the year. Going to try to carry that through the weekend. Get some nice winners out there, everybody.
That's right. Great plan there. We're waiting for Wayne to sign in. Got him the right password over there. Say hello, Javon. Javon, what's going on?
What's going on, Tony? You know, good weekend, or the good Thursday yesterday. Looking to carry that over to today and into the weekend.
Absolutely. It's hello to Kirk. Kirk, what's going on? Oh boy. Wayne, check your email, Wayne. You're cutting my man Kirk off the screen. You're using the password from yesterday. Let's bring on Kevin. Kevin, what's happening?
Hey, we got championship college football. Everything's doing great right now. Let's keep it going.
You got it. All right, excellent. Let's get underway here with the show, guys. We're going to start here with college football. And Wayne, you're using Kirk's password. I need you to sign off and look at the email because you're filling in. You hear me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
I need you to sign off and use the password you were sent for the show today, because you're knocking Kirk off the air.
All right.
All right. Okay, there we go. We got to get it corrected here. As Kirk was getting knocked out, we'll have this thing all fixed. So let's go ahead and get the show underway, guys. We'll start here with college football here. So let's get the games up for you right now. The games we'll cover. We'll start here with tonight's Conference USA game. We got Western Kentucky at Jacksonville. These will be at campus schools here for all three of these games. And we see Jacksonville State favored 4, total 58.5. Next game here on the board tonight will be Tulane and Army at Army. We have Tulane 4.5, total 45.5. Now, then UNLV at Boise State in the Mountain West Championship game. Here we've got Boise 4.5 point favorite, total 57.5. And let's see who we'll start with here. We'll start this one off here with Javon.
Yeah, we're gonna look to the Western Kentucky game where
Boise State in the Mountain.
they're playing. There's some feedback going down that I'm hearing, but nevertheless, we're gonna look at that game. And with these two teams, they played 2 under games, one last year and one last week. And I think that it's going to be the same way with Jacksonville State now. You know, it's going to be sustained running drives with Jacksonville State. They can't throw the ball a lick, so don't expect anything through the air with them. And you already know what's going to happen with Western Kentucky. They're going to throw the ball a lot. They don't really have much of a running game. So what you saw last week, you saw a lot of field goals, a lot of drives that stalled. And, you know, with this total the way it is at 58, I think it falls at least just short. But if it plays the same way the last 2 games played, it's going to stay well under the total.
Under total there from Javon. Next up, we move on over to, we got Kirk back here, so let's see if we can just go back to Kirk.
Yeah, sorry, I missed the whole introduction. Were we talking about Boise State? Or?
Yeah, we're talking all 3 college football games today.
Yeah, I'm actually looking here at the under at UNLV Boise State. I know it's 57.5. It was higher earlier in the day. But UNLV defense is really good. 22nd in the country rushing defense, and that's really how Boise likes to play. They like to run the ball with Genty. So I'm going under in that game. And that's all I have for those college football today.
College football there from Kirk. Next up, we move on over to Brian.
Well, I got it. Out of these games, I probably could bet all of them. But as far as free picks go, I'm going to take Western Kentucky plus the points. I think this morning it was around 4.5 across the board. Now we're seeing mostly 4s. Jacksonville State looks like it's being bet pretty heavy. And this team's just met about a week ago. It was a close ball game, and they met. Both contests were within a field goal, and you're going to get 4 points here. Western Kentucky, one of the better pass defenses in college football, holding teams to 175 yards per game. I think we're going to see Western Kentucky get the cover here.
there from Brian. All right, next up, we move on over to Kevin.
Yeah, what I'm looking at here is Tulane, who are 9-3, but they're laying 4.5 against Army, who's 10-1. Army has their big game with Navy coming up, but Tulane's off that horrible loss to Memphis kind of knocked them out of a lot of stuff here. They really need this win, and the points are what's throwing me off. 4.5, I think that's perfect. I think everyone will be on Army in this one. If you look back, Tulane's been here twice. They're a permanent fixture in this championship game. They beat UCF, and then they went toe-to-toe with SMU, and I don't know if anyone's taken notice, but SMU's pretty damn good. So give me Tulane laying the points here.
And there from Kevin. All right, we're still waiting on Wayne to get signed back in again. I'll tell you what I think about these games here. I know that there's question marks here about the quarterback Huff. He will be a game-time decision, but I'm okay if Smothers starts. There's an ankle injury there for Huff in this game for Western Kentucky. That's what happens when you play, this time these days when you try to play that running style quarterback, you're going to get banged up. These players are bigger, stronger. You take hits, they're going to hurt. And you got to be careful now when you want these quarterbacks to run. But Smothers, I believe, is definitely a capable quarterback. My issue I have with Western Kentucky has been their defense on the road. It's been atrocious, giving up 31 points a game, 5.5 yards a carry, 9.5 yards per pass step. The Gamecocks have really pounded teams home. I don't think Rich Rod showed too much last week against Western Kentucky because they knew they were going to host this game, so I didn't expect them to show too much. I'll look at Jacksonville State in this game. Tulane Army, I'm going to take Tulane because Tulane just played a Surface Academy not too long ago and pounded Navy 35-0, allowing less than 3 yards a carry. Navy didn't really play a tough. Army did not really play a tough schedule. They faced Notre Dame and got pounded. I like Tulane in this spot. UNLV Boise State. I've seen enough improvement here on UNLV the past couple weeks to trust their defense to stay keep this within a field goal or less deficit. I think I like the UNLV plus the points in this spot. At last check, the weather looks to be clear here, and looks like the weather in Boise will be fine. It'll be chilly though, 27 degrees. It does get cold in Vegas, but 27 degrees here. Light wind, no precipitation. That's the way it looks here tonight with UNLV in Boise. Also chilly in Army here, about 27 degrees, and looks like a little chilly there in Jacksonville State. Is that 31 degrees I'm seeing for Jacksonville? I think one of my buddies in Florida told me it was going to get a little chilly this week. So we got some chilly weather here, wintertime weather here in these games. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. We'll wait for Wayne. I guess he's still having some connectivity issues here. So let's continue on. And we'll go over to the NBA now and take a look at this NBA card for tonight. So we'll switch it over here to NBA. All right, NBA tonight. Let's get it underway. These are the games that we'll cover here for tonight. We got the Magic and Sixers here. We see the Magic favorite 3, total 207.5. Next up, we've got Bucks and Celtics. Celtics 8, total 228.5. And we'll close the segment out with the Hawks and Lakers. Hawks 4, total 233.5. We get this one underway here with Kirk.
Yeah, in the first game, I'm looking here at the Sixers on the money line. Magic have been playing really, really well, 8-2 in their last 10. Sixers have won 2 of their last 3. The last game, Paul George did not play because it was back end of the back-to-back. Paul George should be in the lineup tonight. It's a revenge game 2 days afterwards in a really close game where Orlando won by 4. I think Philly gets this one at home. Celtics-Bucks, I think, is a very tough game to call, especially at 8. Chris Middleton is back. You're never going to know what you're going to get with him. So that game for me tonight is a pass. And then third game was Lakers-Hawks. I'm on the Lakers straight up on the money line. I don't like laying points with the Hawks at home. And Lakers are coming off a 41-point loss. J.J. Redick said some words. I'm pretty sure they probably had a team meeting or something. Lakers have won 3 of their last 4 against Atlanta. I think the Lakers win this one outright.
There from Kirk there. Lakers outright. Next up, we move on over to Javon.
What do we have for the games besides Atlanta and the Lakers?
Bucks, Celtics, Magic, Sixers.
Yeah, I'm leaning Bucks. The one thing about the Celtics is they could play, strong ball for 3 quarters, but then in that 4th quarter, they'll have a substantial lead and watch it dwindle to a cover for the other team. That's what we've been seeing lately. They're 2-7 in their last 9, I believe, against the spread. And at this point, you got to fade them. It's really that simple. Now they could come. I mean, because they can't beat anybody by margin. They are the defending champs. But that they haven't put it together in all 4 quarters, and that's leading to wins, but it's not leading to covers. So, I'm gonna roll with the Bucks in this one, and I'm gonna roll with the Sixers as well. Um, One thing about the Orlando Magic on the road favorites, I really don't like the spot. PG-13, he's probably gonna play in this one. With him, coupled with Tyrese Maxey and McCain, I think they got a shot to win this one outright. So I'm taking the points.
Yeah, we're also seeing here, just to update the injuries here, we've got just Bona, backup center, and Embiid out for Philadelphia. On the Orlando side, Banchero Harris and Isaac out. Lakers and the Hawks, we've got Zeller out, Lundy probable. On the Lakers side, the usual guys, Reeves out. LeBron is questionable. Let me click LeBron and see what the latest is on LeBron here. Expected now to play, so he's been upgraded with that foot. Expected to play tonight against Atlanta. So that's the update there. We'll take a look at that Bucks and Celtics game. Only out for Boston will be Porzingis. Porzingis out. Beauchamp and Prince are questionable for Milwaukee, so they're caught up with these injuries. Next up, we will move on over to Brian.
Yeah, I got to say I agree with Javon and Kirk here. I'm really kicking myself. I should have put the Orlando. I should have put the Philadelphia 76ers plus the points here, and it was 3.5 basically all day. I'm starting to see some threes out there. Sixers at 5-15. They've started to play. We're starting to get some value with them. 3 straight covers by the Sixers, losing 2 straight home games to Orlando. I just don't see it. I'm going to take the points here with the Sixers.
I said with the Sixers with Brian. Next up, we move on over to Kevin.
Yeah, I was waiting on the news on Isaacs, because if Isaacs was playing, I was going to take the Sixers plus the points, but now he's ruled out. Give me the Sixers on the money line. He's like the only guy that could actually get in George's face and contain him. I would look at any George prop, too. It's probably 17. I know he averages 15, but games he's been playing, he's putting up 29 points. Give me George props on that. I'll take the under the Atlanta and the Lakers. The Lakers have been horrible, and it starts with the rookie Knott. I mean, he's only scored 12 points in the last 3, and he's, before he was scoring like 20, and everyone was bragging about how great he is. So give me the under in that one, and Milwaukee-Boston, I won't touch that one.
All right, there from Kevin. So waiting to see from Wayne, see where he's at. Wayne, we're waiting for you. All right, I'll tell you what I think about these games here. The ones that I like here. I'll look at Atlanta here in this one. Atlanta's actually improved their defense. If you've seen the way they played over their past 5 games, allowing 42% shooting, 32% from 3. And the Lakers, well, this is a team on the road that's 28th in defensive efficiency, allowing 119 points per 100 possessions. They failed to cover 9 of 12 on the road. I'll look at the Hawks in this one. I'm going to take Milwaukee. Milwaukee's in the best form they've been all season right now. Their offensive and defensive form, boy, they're hitting 46. They're hitting their threes at a high rate right now. The issue with the Boston Celtics, they really have not tightened up that defense. The offense is still flowing well, but the defense just hasn't tightened up. And I think they're going to wait to tighten that up as we get later in the season after that long playoff run they had last year, finishing the season in late June, right? So I would probably expect the defense to tighten up when we get in the new year. But for this, I'm going to take the Bucks here. They're playing at a high rate right now, plus the 8, just a little too more than much than I'd want to lay with Boston right now at this point of the season. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. We've got 4 games left. We'll cover them 2 at a time here as we have the time to do it. So let's get to the next series of games. The next 2 we'll cover here will be, got my graphic ready to roll here, will be Pacers and the Bulls. The Pacers 3, total 248. Kings and Spurs. Kings on the road 6.5, total 228. We get it underway here with Kirk.
Yeah, a lot of players out for the Spurs tonight. I think Devin Vassell just got ruled out alongside Victor Wembanyama. So this opened at 2.5 yesterday, and I wish I hopped on the Kings at 2.5, but now it's all the way to 6.5. So personally, I'm looking at an under here now. I don't think the Spurs can score the ball enough without Wemby or Vassell to get up to that number. And then the other game, I hate to do this, but I'm signing myself up with the Pacers. was on the Pacers against the Raptors, was on them against the Nets. I thought there were good spots. They got to win a game on the road. The Bulls are one of the most inconsistent teams. They just scored 139 on the Spurs. I think this is a letdown game for Chicago, and the Pacers finally get a win on the road and cover.
All right, there from Kirk. Next up, we move on over to Javon.
Yeah, no Wembanyama. Vassell's out also, but it doesn't really matter to me. I'm on the Spurs first quarter. When you see these players out, this creates opportunities for other players. And where you're going to see the most production with these players is in the first quarter. So, this is one of the plays I like to, angles I like to play on when the stars are out for a certain team. You back that team really full game, but, I'm isolated to the first quarter because that's where you see a significant jump or significant bump.
There from Javon. Let me update you guys here on the injuries. Nesmith, Shepard out for Indiana. Nembhard has been upgraded to questionable. We got Williams out for Chicago. Levine and Giddey hit the injury report, but as probable, back-to-back spot there. Sacramento and San Antonio. Carter Lyles remain out. On the Spurs side, Vassell, Jones are out. Wembanyama has been upgraded to doubtful. Let me just see what that is all about. Not likely to play, so that's the word there at last with his back. So I don't know why they make that upgrade, but that's how it sits right now. All right, let's move on up. Next, we'll move on over to Brian.
I'll tell you what, I think the Indiana Pacers, another game that I should have put as a premium pick. I mean, they're my kind of team. 0-9-1 against the spread over the last 10 games. They've been pretty pathetic. But with that, even with being pathetic, though, they're laying the points at the Chicago Bulls. Bulls on that back-to-back spot. I think the Pacers have the talent to turn it around. And I'm going to jump here on the Indiana. I think they win it by 10.
There from Brian. All right, next up, we move on over to Kevin.
Yeah, I'm looking at that same game. I'm looking at that total for the same reason. The Pacers on their fourth road game and the Bulls on a back-to-back. I know you just said Levine may play this game, but still, I'm gonna that total's almost getting up to the All-Star level total, 248.5. Give me the under. I just don't see it cashing.
All right, we welcome into the fray Wayne. Wayne, how's it going? We got Kings, Spurs, Pacers, Bulls in this block.
Yeah, we're gonna go to that King Spurs game. I like the over in that game at 228. We seen how the Spurs played defense last night without Wembanyama. Actually, typically a better defensive team this season when he's in the lineup, but without him in the lineup, no rim protection. This Kings offense is starting to get going, and we also know they don't play much defense. So give me the over 228 in that one.
All right, let's back up with Wayne here. The first block. We got Magic, Sixers, Bucks, Celtics, Lakers, and Hawks.
Yeah, Magic, Sixers. I know a lot of people are going to ride this under, and if you're looking at the stats, I see no reason not to ride that under, but I'm going to go contrary. I'm on the other side of that. I do think we see a little bit more offense. Total set at 208. I see this game around 214. Magic have played believe it's 5 games on the road in the last 10 days. I'm just seeing I'm expecting tired legs, but on the other side of that, Magic have been playing a little bit better defensively. Philly's starting to get it going offensively, starting to get more healthy. I just think that total set too low. I like the over in that game.
There from Wayne. All right, tell you what I think about these games here. These two. Let's see, we're on the Kings and Spurs. I'm going to go under in this game. There's an angle that I like here. The Kings 14-2 the under, playing 3 games in 4 days. This is a back-to-back spot for the Kings. Back end of a back-to-back. They've gone under in 14 of 16 in this spot. San Antonio 8-4 the under, playing their 3rd game in 4 days. Another spot here for an under. So I'll look under in this one between these two teams. It's just really a spot. Another spot play here. Now we do have. Let's see, in this Indiana Pacers game against Chicago, let's see what I've got on this one here. Chicago, I'll go ahead and take the plus points here with the Bulls. I just don't trust this Pacers defense. That's what's been disappointing here. Just playing terrible defense. Past 5 games, allowing 52% shooting, 49% from 3. Not even trying to defend the 3 when you're allowing your opponent to make half their 3s over. I can understand a 1-game period, but over a 5-game period, you're giving up that much? Oh my God, that is just That is just atrocious. All right, so I'll look at the Bulls in this one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we look to close out the NBA card for tonight with the following games. We do have some injury news we'll update here with you in a second. We got Timberwolves and Warriors here. T-Wolves a point, total 219. Jazz and Trailblazers. We've got the Trailblazers 2.5, total 226. Now here's what we're going to let you know about here in this Timberwolves and Warriors game. Timberwolves, their bench players out, Dinglingham and Ingles. But on the Warriors side, we've got Curry, Green, and Payton now up now probable to play. Wiggins questionable and Post is out. So Curry and Green look like they're. Let's see what the word is on Curry here. Likely to play. This is he got the knee issue. Likely to play for Curry and for Green. Let's see what we have here. Green probable against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So we'll see how this rolls here. So that's the update there with Minnesota and Golden State. Utah and Portland. Clarkson's still out for Utah. On the Portland side, Scoot Henderson is the notable that is questionable. He's iffy with a quad injury. So Portland almost had everybody back here. If we got Scoot in there, we'll see how that rolls. All right, so we'll get this one underway here with Kirk.
Yeah, I'm here on the Timberwolves, whether Curry and Green play or not. They're on a back end of the back-to-back. Won one of their last 6 games. And the Wolves, I think they found something last game against the Clippers. They allowed like 60 points through 3. Their defense looked pretty good. I just don't see the Warriors winning back-to-back right now in the form they're in. And the Wolves, as I said, they have a day more rest. Anthony Edwards leads the league in threes made, which is kind of crazy. So he looks like a different player right now. And the Wolves is the play for me here. I'm staying away from that Jazz Blazers game. I don't really see an edge there. But I do have Tamani Kamara for 2+ threes. He's been putting up at least 4 threes per game over his last 5. So hit 2, I think you should be able to do that at plus money.
There from Kirk. Next up, we're going to go to Javon.
Yeah, for this Timberwolves Warriors game, both of these teams are playing well. The Minnesota Timberwolves, it's starting to get hot. That's one thing I say about them. And with the Warriors finally getting off the snide and winning, it's really a game I don't want any part of. So just tread lightly with that game. Gun to my head, I would lean on Minnesota, but that's just I see that they're bearing down on defense, and picking it up on the offensive end of the court. As for the other game, it's got to be on the Blazers for me. The fact of the matter is, the Utah Jazz could be one of the worst teams in the association. I'd say they're the second worst team in the association at this point. This is the same guys as last year. And last year, they were getting us paid. They were winning some games, but this year not so much. And you're dealing with Timberwolves. You're dealing with a Portland team who at home they're 5-5. Straight up. And as opposed to the Utah Jazz, which I think they're like 2-9 or something like that on the road. So just want to strength for that. Point spread at 2.5, I believe. It's got to be the home team for me.
There from Javon. Next up, we move on over to Brian.
Yeah, out of these 2 games, I think I'm going to take the under 219.5 Golden State, Minnesota. We've seen 4 straight games for the Golden State Warriors go under the total, 3 straight for Minnesota. As far as these 2 teams head-to-head, 4 of the last 6 have gone under. I think if Minnesota's going to win games like that, they got to turn up the defensive intensity, so I'll take the under.
Under there from Brian. All right, next up we move on over to Kevin.
Yeah, I think the Timberwolves are getting a overreaction here. I mean, they held the Clippers and Lakers both to 80 points, but both of those were coming off of back-to-backs or injury-riddled. If you look at the Warriors, I know they're on a back-to-back, but the Curry and Green are 2 best players, didn't even play. And Jonathan Kuminga, he only had like 32 minutes, and that was like the most minutes by any player. And he's only 22, 23 years old. So if he can't get up for this game at home, I'm going to take the Warriors on the money line. I just think they're playing way too good for a Timberwolves team that's a little overrated. When you're starting Daniels, that's a problem for me. He's just a bench player, not a starter.
And there from Kevin. Next up, move on over to Wayne.
Yeah, I have a premium in both of these, but I can go back a slot and give you who I got a little, who I believe I have as the edge in the Milwaukee Boston game. I got to ride with Milwaukee. I really like the attitude these guys are playing with. Starting to get healthy on the bench as well. No Porzingis for Boston, but he's normally out of there. Just don't trust Boston laying this many points against a good team, especially how Milwaukee has played on both sides of the ball. Typically pretty trash on defense, but they actually been playing pretty strong defense. And offensively, they are playing better than Boston their last 3 to 4 games. So I'm going to take those points when Milwaukee on the road here.
Yeah, from Wayne, I'll tell you what I think about these games here. I'm going to look here at Minnesota. This is another smash spot. I call them a smash spot here for the NBA. Is whenever a team with rest faces a team that's on a back end of a back-to-back, playing their third game in 4 nights, that's a smash spot. Timberwolves, this is their third straight smash spot. They had the Lakers on a smash spot. They had the Clippers on a smash spot. Now they have the Warriors in a smash spot. And Warriors 3-10 to the spread. I don't know who's using their phone. It's coming over here. Anyway, the Warriors 3-10 to the spread, playing their third game in 4 nights. You got aging superstars there too. I'm going to go ahead and take Minnesota, the rest of the team in this one. Also, Utah and Portland. Boy, I got to look at Portland this side. They almost have all their guys back. And the issue with Utah, I've never seen a team turn the ball over as much as Utah. I mean, this is just incredible how many times they turn. I mean, guys need to be benched. When you turn the ball over, what was the last output they had here? It was 29. Was it their last game? They had 29 turnovers. The turnover numbers are horrible for this Jazz team. There's been multiple times. Yeah, against OKC they had 29 turnovers. I mean, you got to bench your starting 5. You got to make this team is averaging 18.5 turnovers per 100 possessions. And there's been multiple times where I mentioned this about this Jazz team having turnovers over 20 times a game. Let's get to the point now. If you're a head coach, you just got to bench guys, because this is just unacceptable to allow this type of play on the court. Utah is last in road defensive efficiency. I know John Collins gives them better offense, but at the same token, the defense and the turnovers are just horrible. Trailblazers have covered 7 of 10 at home. They are also in the better shooting form, so I'll look here at Portland in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we get ready here for college basketball. And at this time of the year, what we do is we just ask the cappers, just give us what you got in college hoops. Once we get into January, then we'll start doing by time blocks. But now, just give us what you got. So we'll get it underway here with Kurt. College hoops, just give us what you got.
Yeah, I'm on Northwestern against Illinois with the points. I think this is a really good spot for them. They've played 2 pretty good teams in Butler and they just lost the game by 1 the other day.
Iowa.
But they've been really good.
Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa. Both really close games, so getting 3.5 at home for Northwestern is where I want to put my money on. And then I like Brown live plus 3.5. I don't like this Bryant team as much. They're up to 5.5 now. I think this is a 50-50 game for the rest of the game. Brown, I like my Ivy League teams playing against, I'd say, weaker opponents. I don't think Bryant. I think they're a little bit too overvalued right now. So take Brown plus 5.5 live.
All right, live. I see a first half score 32-30. Bryant here. 3 minutes left. I don't know if that's an actual stoppage in play, but that's where I see it here. All right. Next up, we move on over to Joanne.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run it down real quick. I agree with that on Brown live. It's at plus 4.5 right now. Plus 5.5 it just jumped to. That's a play. Delaware is one of my premiums. So. It's at minus 1.5 plus 100, and you could take that. They're gonna win outright, I believe, or just money line. As for the games that have yet to play, let's see. I think Charleston Southern. That's just too many points to lay with Davidson. I'll take the points with Charleston Southern. Looking at. I take a shot with Ryder. Ryder, I believe they've already lost 1 conference game. I don't think they want to lose a second. It's +1. I think they went outright against Quinnipiac. Iona got to roll with Iona. They're just a stronger team. UAB, I mean, it's 26 and they haven't performed, but this is one of those get right game, smash spot situations. So if you can stomach it, lay it. Um, North Texas, year in, year out, strong defense. We already know this about North Texas. High Point, they've been really disappointing as far as covering the spread. Believe they're like what 2-7 or the 2-5 or something like that. 1-7, something crazy as far as point spreads. They're not covering games, and I don't think they cover this one. The line has dropped from like 2.5 where it was earlier to -1. So the High Point they are getting that money. I don't think it's the right move on roll with North Texas, and that's it.
All right, there from Javon. Next up, we move on over to Brian.
Yeah, not the best college basketball board today, but that'll make up for it tomorrow as far as these games go. And normally I'd be on the other side of this when I'd take West Virginia, but here I'm going to go with Georgetown plus the points. I know they're 7-1 going against a 5-2 team. I just think I know Georgetown's schedule has been weak so far, but this is their chance for a nice statement. I'm not going to call it a win, but a statement cover. I think they can keep it close with West Virginia, not more than a 2-possession win. So give me the Hoyas here plus the 8.5.
Hoya, 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 says Brian. Next up, we move on over to Kevin.
Yeah, I was looking at the Northwestern game as well. I'm looking at the total. The over is 4-4-1 for Northwestern. Last meeting went in overtime, 96-91, Northwestern at home. I like this under here. I just think Northwestern has played the better schedule, even though Illinois is ranked. But give me Northwestern plus the points and the under. Big Ten home court advantage here tonight.
There from Kevin. Next up, we move on over to Wayne.
Yeah, I'm on the other side with both my fellow colleagues. In this Georgetown, West Virginia, I'm gonna take West Virginia. As Brian mentioned, just don't trust Georgetown on the road. West Virginia playing a much stronger competition. West Virginia very solid on offense. Georgetown looks good on defense, but they haven't played nobody. When they did play somebody, they got smashed by Notre Dame. Couldn't score, barely scored 60 points, and on the other side of the game, 84. As I mentioned, West Virginia pretty strong offensively. I like what I seen. A team that can hit the 3 ball. I think they pull away late at home. And I'm on the other side of my boy Jovan on that High Point. North Texas, like Jovan said, we know they have a strong defense, but High Point, strong offense, strong home team as well. Just don't trust their offense on the road. North Texas, that is. I don't trust them on the road with their offense. And High Point has a better defense than people think. As Jovan pointed out, they have not done a good job covering because they have to cover some huge numbers. We're at a pick 'em pretty much. Give me High Point money line at home.
All right, there from Wayne. All right, there we go. I'll let the cappers respond. If they get called out, they can respond. I have no problem, but I'll let you I'll let you volunteer, and I won't egg you on here. There. All right. All right.
Nah, as far as what Wayne's talking about, listen, he's right. There's always two sides to a coin when you're, handicapping these games. I've seen North Texas do it. Where they come in, offensively challenged, and somehow get a victory on the road. Against comparable competition. You're dealing with a High Point team who Wayne has already referenced. They're a high scoring bunch. But they face that clamp down defense and the thing about the Mean Green is it looks kind of erratic the way they play defense because they don't really have big men like that, but somehow, some way they get it done. So this is really a toss-up game as far as I'm concerned, but I'm just rolling with the team with the better defense.
There you go, there from Javon on the rebuttal. All right, I'll tell you what I think about these games today here. I'm going to go one here with Illinois here. I'm there with Kirk on this one. I'm going to take the home dog, Northwestern. 3-0 to the spread as a home underdog dating to last year. 4-1 to the spread at home, following a road conference loss. So this has been a really good, for Collins, this has been a really good disciplined team. A disciplined team They secure the basketball, they defend, they rebound, and they're also a good three-point shooting team. First true road game for Illinois. I don't understand these teams why they choose a conference game to be a true road game. They did go and lose to Alabama. That was in Birmingham. That was not in Alabama's home court. But man, they got crushed inside, gave up 68% shooting from two and had 13 turnovers. Not a very experienced Illinois team when you look at their D1 experience and their continuity. 345th in the nation, more experience on the Northwestern side. And again, they did play Iowa tough in their conference opener, losing by 1. I'll take Northwestern in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we'll switch over to this NHL card for tonight. And let me get the graphic ready here to go here for the ice tonight, for a Friday night on ice. Let me show you the games that we will be covering. And here we go with the action on the ice tonight. We got Kraken and Devil. Let's see how we'll run this. Let me check the schedule real quick. All right, we'll do it in threes. Kraken and Devils tonight. We've got the Kraken 265, total of 6. And then we'll cover also Capitals Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs $1.44, total 6. Penguins and Rangers. Rangers 203, total 6.5. We'll cover the games at 7 Eastern and 7:30 Eastern. Let's see who we got in ice. You on ice tonight, Kurt?
No, I don't think today's the day. I know Jovan is on the leaderboard with 1-0, so I'm going to try to do that at one point, but not today.
Not today. All right. I know Jovan is not ready for ice today, right? You're gonna pick your spot.
Nah, not ready for the ice, but next couple of weeks I might try for 2-0, man. You know,
all right.
I said over the off season I was gonna do 1 a week. That hasn't happened, but maybe once a month I can have a play.
Yes, that's right. We'll see. All right, we'll wait and see for Jovan when he's ready to get back on the ice. We'll leave it to Brian.
Oh, I love my pucks, but this is a real crappy board here on a Friday night. I got my premium pick, but as far as these three go, I'm going to have to go with the Washington Capitals on the money line. I think they've been underappreciated all season. I know Toronto's red hot, and they've beaten the Capitals 9 out of the last 10 times they've matched up. They met up earlier last month to an overtime win by Toronto, but I think Washington gets them back here. I'll take the Capitals.
Yeah, from Brian on over to Kevin.
Yeah, watching the line move, your best bet would take the Capitals here, but I would have to take Toronto. Just the fact that since Austin Matthews has come back, they're 3-0, and this guy's on fire. 3 goals, 2 assists. You can't teach that. Washington has no one that's going to stop that and the assist. Give me Toronto. I wouldn't take it on the puck line. I would lay the high juice.
There from Kevin. Next up, we move on over to Wayne. You're on the ice.
Yeah, man. Hope somebody tells some of them bangers I gave out yesterday with the Blues and the Canes. Hopefully I can give you guys out some more heat as I was researching pretty good today. Pittsburgh Rangers, man, I like the over. See Pittsburgh is starting to pick it up, winning 4 straight. Finally scoring. We know they don't have a defense. We know Pittsburgh is pretty trash this season, but they are scoring at a high clip over their last 5 and still giving it up at a high clip. This Rangers team has been struggling, but I think they can get it going against Pittsburgh here. Give me the over 6.5 on that one.
All right, there from Wayne. Let's continue here. We'll close out the NHL with the games late 10 Eastern time tonight, so let's continue on. It will be Blue Jackets, Canucks. We see Canucks 215, total 6. Stars and Golden Knights. Stars $1.30, total 6. We'll close out here with Wild and Ducks. Wild $1.88, total 5.5. We'll get underway here with Brian.
I gotta tell you what, though, out of this segment here, I'm gonna have to take a Chris Ruffalo and take a pass because the one play that I have is my premium pick. Can't get that one out.
Can't give that one out. All right, on over to Kevin.
Yeah, if I had to pick one here, it would be the total in the Dallas-Vegas game. It's just jumping out. Looks like the public's all over that under. 2 great goalies in goal here. I don't know if Mark Stone is in for Vegas. It changes my perspective on this game. I'm thinking he's out with the plus 105. He's arguably their 3rd best player on the team. So I would go over just because he's a great defender. I would go over just because it looks like the public's all over the under here, and I think it's just going to be one of those games with these 2 teams battling. They're top teams here, so give me the over.
The over there here from Got Kevin here. I was trying to see if I can see anything. I don't see him on the injured list. Stone here for Vegas.
Yeah, he came back and skated, but he
skated.
hasn't played yet.
That's right. He's still in IR. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I don't.
He
He was questionable. I didn't think he would play. That's why I figured that was the plus 105. Still, I would take the over.
There you go from Kevin. Next up, we move on over to Wayne.
Yeah, I have to take Vegas at home. Fade my guy Jay's Dallas Stars here. I just don't like what I've seen from Dallas on the road. Just 6-7 with a loss to the Blackhawks. I do know the Blackhawks are a younger team. They can be scrappy in spots, but overall they're pretty terrible still. Vegas, we know them to be a strong home team. 10-3 this season. 1-2 straight. Getting good value with Vegas, as I said, a team that normally dominates at home. I'm going to ride them.
Right in there with Wayne. All right, we got you through the NHL. And now it's time for our Parlay Peripheral segment where the cappers can give out a parlay or give us a player prop, team prop, or a game from the future. It's up to them. They make the call. So let's get this segment underway here with Kirk.
Yeah, I'm going to do Lakers money line, Sixers money line, Wolves money line as a 3-teamer.
3-teamer from Kirk. On over to Javon.
Let's go Charleston Southern, North Texas, Iona, and one more. Actually, that's it. 3-teamer.
3-teamer from Javon. All right, next up, we move on over to Brian.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Philadelphia 76ers plus the points, Indiana Pacers laying the points, and Western Kentucky plus the points.
Yeah, from Brian. All right, next up we move on over to Kevin.
Give me Tulane laying the 4.5. Give me Northwestern plus 3, and then the Sixers plus 3.
From Kevin on over to Wayne.
Yeah, we're going to give you a 3-teamer totals parlay. Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State under 58.5. As I mentioned earlier, Magic Philly over 208 and Pittsburgh Rangers over 6.5.
There we got it from Wayne. All right, time to do my parlay tonight. I'll take the Bucks plus the points, Portland laying the points. I'll take Northwestern plus the points with my 3-teamer for tonight. All right, we got you through here. The picks. So let's find out what the cappers have for sale over at Pick Dog Premium. Head into a huge weekend. Have action here from NFL Championship Friday and Saturday. Let's see what the guys got for sale over at Pick Dogs Premium right now. We'll look at Kirk. Kirk, what's happened over at Pick Dogs Premium? We're doing great in the NBA.
Yeah, starting to heat up in the NBA. Pretty big slate the rest of the weekend before next week's a little lighter with the NBA Cup. So I hop on a 3-pack, got soccer, college basketball, NFL. So got a lot going on over at the site.
All right, get on board with Kirk over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's see what Brian's got for sale right now over at Pick Dogs Premium. Brian enjoying a great 2024.
Coming in ranked number 2 in profit at pickdogs.com for the year. College football, $1,000 bettors are up over $9,740, hit 57% on the year. Got my titanium in college football tonight over at pickdogs.com, just $25. And if you want my biggest play for Saturday, it's my college football game of the year, my one and only. Make sure you pick that up, pickdogs.com. It's going to be a big day tomorrow.
Big day coming up for a big weekend from Brian. Let's see what Kevin has for sale over at Pick Dog Premium. Great numbers in college hoops.
I do still have my college basketball Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference game, my slam dunk, but my big one tonight's college football, Mountain West Conference. We got UNLV and Boise State. It's going to be probably the best game this weekend. I'm calling it right here. I still have that one to go. So partner me up with any of these great handicappers on the show today. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, we're on board. Indeed, get on board with Kevin over at Pick Dog Stream. Take a look at Javon. Javon having a monster at college football year today.
Yeah, and I said it was gonna be a revenge season, and boy, was it ever. So it speaks for itself as far as the college football. Got a 3-pack up for tonight's action. With the 3 games, could have bet all of them side in total. That's how much I like these 3 games, but I had to, willow it down. With that said, there's also college basketball on the board. I'm up on college basketball as well. Number 2 currently in college basketball. So check that out. We'll definitely have something for the weekend. And there's NBA on this side of town. Got a 3-pack in that also. Got 10 plays up on it, but really 9 right now because one's already up and they're up at the half, I think at the half. So yeah, check it out. 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly. It's gonna be a lot of action this weekend. So yeah, match me on one of the other handicaps for the 2-for-1, 3-for-1, 4-for-1 capital emotional. You can't go wrong here. Sports Chat, play some pick dogs. Let's get it.
Let's get it neat. Get on board with Javon. Let's see what Wayne has to say over at Pick Dogs. Wayne enjoyed a great year in NFL.
Yeah, no NFL tonight. Got a little greedy yesterday with Green Bay money line. They covered the spread. Feel like a dumbass, but it happens. You got to go for the money when you see it. 3 plays in the NBA tonight. 1 in college basketball, 2 in college football. I have a 3-pack mixed and match where I have 1 NBA and both of those college footballs paired up. And I have my NBA play of the day separate and college basketball play of the day separate. So you can pick that up over the site. Looking to grab that 3-day, 7-day, 30-day pass. We're rolling into the weekend and have a lot of action. Looking to have a strong weekend. A lot of good action, as these guys mentioned. You can pair me up with one of these professional handicappers. We'll continue to put this money in your pocket. Let's get it.
Again, get on board with Wayne over at Pick Dog Cream. Get on board with the weekend pass, so you guys can do that over on the site. I'll tell you what I've got going on right now over at Pick Dogs. Let me get to the screen here. I got a best bet on the board right now from college football. Also multi-pack, 3-pack with my best bet bundle with 2 premiums from the NBA. 3-pack right now. My best bet's been on an incredible run here over at Pick Dogs with a $19 premium. You can get that right now, or it's bundled into my 3-pack. So don't buy them both. Buy one or the other. Or I am the number 1 unit handicapper over at Pick Dogs in the NFL. So if you want to get my NFL coverage this week, get that 3-day pass. It'll be covered for the Sunday and the Monday night NFL game. Also get all of my championship action from the college football as well for Saturday when you get my 3-day all sports pass as well as NBA and college hoops. Get on board. Use that promo code Pick It Checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Multi-capper promotions. You can match up as many cappers as you like over at Pick Dogs. So go ahead and get signed up. All right, we got you through the show. Let's see what the cappers have brewing over at the Pick Dogs YouTube channel, which has lots of contributions there from the cappers. We'll start with Brian. Brian, what you got up there on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel, your plans for the weekend?
Yeah, make sure you check in Pick Dogs YouTube channel for my sharp betting contrarian predictions every single day. And also I'm going to be hanging out Saturday and Sunday with the guys talking football. Definitely looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And of course, Wayne keeps us up to date on the sweet science. Anything brewing here, Wayne, with boxing?
Yeah, Javante Davis and Lamont Roach and Navarte Ortiz as 2 good fights coming up. That decent line, so hopefully I can give one of them out to you guys. Try to make it on the weekend show this Saturday, but I know I'll be there for sure on Sunday.
From Wayne. All right, Javon, what you got brewing over at the Pick Dogs YouTube channel? I know you've got a parlay segment. Your plans for the weekend?
Yeah, just got the parlays jumping off. The video short hit last night. Smooth winner. Looking expound on that one today with another winner. Time will tell though. Got a few hours for that.
Yep, and we can catch you on Saturday, Sunday on the weekend show.
Absolutely, per usual. Saturday and Sunday like clockwork.
There you go from Javon. So catch it up on Saturday and Sunday morning. Kirk, we can find content from you over on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. I know you're active on the soccer pitch, but we're starting to see some content from you on the NBA side.
Yeah, soccer with Goran and Jack. You see those guys. You don't see Goran on the drive-through, but he's a only soccer guy. And then, yeah, NBA props, got a prop up for every single game, every single day for the rest of the season. Yesterday was kind of brutal, but the first 2 days we've hit profit. Yesterday I had Devin Booker over 28.5 points. He had 28. Brandon Miller under 25.5 points. He had 26. It was just that type of day yesterday, but looking to bounce back today.
Very good. So check out Kirk over at Pick Dogs YouTube channel. Kevin, what can we find from you? Your contributions on the on-demand for the Pick Dogs YouTube channel and your plans for the weekend.
We got the pick and a prop. Probably going to find something NBA tonight for you guys. Hopefully some college football tomorrow, more NBA, then some NFL. My oldest daughter turns 23, so we will be doing dinner tomorrow. And then my dad invited us to church, and they're doing a I don't know what it is, but it's to honor the dead from the years. So I will light a candle for my mom and one for Mitch, and I'm looking forward to that.
All right, very good there, Kevin. There. All right, that's gonna do it here for this edition here of the Drive-Thru. We're back again here on Monday, live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers, give out plays for you here for all the major sports on the show. All right, before we go, does anybody have anything in closing before we go? I'll do it. All right, guys, make it a winning night and weekend. We'll wake up, guys. You guys do so, and we'll catch up with you again here Monday on the Drive.